And meanwhile, barrack communities are again in the news following the speculation as regards the increase in sexual abuse. This has led the Defense and Police Officers Association, DTAH, to advocate stakeholders' immediate support in addressing the menace. Speaking at the event held in Abuja, organized to commemorate her 1 year in office, the DTAH President, Mrs. Ugogo Musa, pledged to investigate and address all reported cases of sexual exploitation and abuse, holding perpetrators accountable. But Mrs. Musa said the choice of hosting the barracks teens and youth was a deliberate attempt to discuss the severity and consequences so as to work towards reducing its prevalence within communities and immediate environs. She urged the youth to develop personal value and goals and pledged her support to any victim who reports sexual exploitation or drug abuse.
We saw the need that this should be done because we've been hearing reports here and there, and then to mark my 1 year before we go further, as you heard earlier, we have plans in place to reach out to different schools, but we wanted to start with this just to enlighten people more and then to see to it that some of these things are really reduced because it has become, I don't know how to even explain it, and because we'll be hearing a lot, and then you can see with the questions the children were asking, you see that it's something that we really need to tackle or else it will go out of place and out of hand.
Meanwhile, Mrs. Chika Anunzie and Mrs. Olajumoke, general resource persons who spoke on the dangers of drug abuse by teenagers, opined that a drug-free life can be achieved as drug abuse and sexual exploitation have no place in the society.
It's important for us to know that 20% increase in drug abuse has been recorded over the past 10 years. 20% increase in drug abuse. And Africa has been projected to experience the largest growth in the absolute numbers of drug users. I just decided to lay this foundation for us to know the importance of why we have to address this menace, or why we have to address this rising thing that is destroying and wasting the lives of our youths today. So when you consume these substances we're talking about, it will impair your development. It will impair the rate at which your brain is developing. And it's also because of the way the teenage brain is, their rate of tolerance becomes easier. So the first day they take 1 shot, the second day they take 2, the third day they take 3, and before you know it, they are hooked on these substances. And once addiction comes, what happens? The teenager or the youth or the person is looking for all ways possible to sustain that habit. And that can lead to other issues.
Well, according to the United Nations Children's Fund, 6 out of every 10 children experience some form of violence, and 1 in 4 girls and 10% of boys have been sexually abused.